Do not start your work unless you have understood what exactly is required. Ask your client multiple times. Get a clarity on exactly what is required and only then start your work. Namaste dosto, my name is Stan and you are watching the Indian Freelancer YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about freelancing on different ways of earning money online and how the life of a typical freelancer is. So if these things are of interest to you, please consider subscribing. It's a very common mistake what every freelancer does, that they start their work the moment they get an order. Please do not do that. I'm going to tell you a story in this video where I'll show you a little bit of probe can do tremendous, like miraculous things in your work life. The story is actually from my work life where I was working in a corporate, but then I want to share that story to you so that you do not commit that mistake in your freelancing career. So watch this video till the end, and I'm sure by the end of this video you'll know why probing is very, very important in whatever you're doing, whether you are freelancing or you are working in your regular job. Before getting started, please give me a like so that this video reaches out to different people who are in need of this kind of information. Thanks a lot for doing that. Okay, so the story goes like this. Once upon a time, when I was working in one of the corporate companies, there was a report which was to be updated. I was working in data analysis, so that was a report which was Excel based. Okay. Now, the person who created that report, he was more of a developer and less of an analyst. Now, I being an analyst and a person who knows coding, I was approached with that report because the other person who created that report was removed from the job. So that report had to be updated and nobody knew how to do that. Nobody had that information on or expertise of programming. So they came to me. When I took the report, I saw that the report is even locked. I cannot unlock it, or I cannot see the code without unlocking the report, and they did not have the password as well. So I asked my manager, I told her that I can do this, but then I need to do something illegal because you cannot just remove the password of an Excel file without doing something different, right? So she was not very happy with it. She said that it's not possible, the client will not be happy, you need to get special permission to use these kind of things. But then I said, let me try, let me do this, and let's see what the client says. If she's not happy, then we can do something else, right? So with that, I started working on the report. Now, I did not change the report initially, but then obviously I did my tricks and I removed the password, I opened the report, and I found that that elder person who made this report for like 10 years ago and which was working absolutely fine, no problem at all, he has written about 10,000 lines of codes for that report. And that report was very bulky. It was once a month report, a monthly report, and the file size was about 48 to 50 MB. Okay, it was a very big report. You can understand, the people who work on Excel, you can understand how much big a 50 MB file is, right? So it was that like that. So what I did is I tried to go through the code, but it was impossible. Anywhere, if you're a programmer, if you have written the program yourself, it is much easy to debug rather than getting somebody else's program and trying to debug that program, right? That everybody knows. So I thought that why not give it a try myself, why not do this report separately without using the existing report. So I created the report using the existing features of Excel. I did not use any code, I used the existing features of Excel and I created the exact same report. Only thing was that there were two different charts on that report and both the charts were actually created using code, okay, in the previous report. I created the charts separately in normal way as you do on Excel, and what I did is I superimposed one chart on top of the other. Then I gave a radio button which would select any of these sites. Okay, the only code that I wrote was to show one chart and hide other one, and the other thing, if you are selecting dollars or if you are selecting volume, it will show the, if you are selecting the dollar value, it will show the dollar value. It is actually showing the two different slides. It is not showing one slide and updating the same slide using codes. Only two lines of code. Then when I finished the report, I showed it to my manager. The first thing that she saw is that the report was around 17 or 18 KB. She was like, your report must be wrong, it cannot happen. The other report was 50 MB, how can you have a report in less than 20 KB? So I went there, I said, see, this is how the report is. You check the report, she's checked and everything was working fine. I said, let me talk to the client and get her approval. She said, no, we cannot do this. The report is less in size. The colors are not matching. Everything is looking different. We cannot submit this report. I told, let's not submit that report. Let's probe. Let's ask the client. Let us show this to her and see if she accepts this report or not. So after a lot of negotiations, I actually went ahead and sent that report to the client saying that this is a draft report that we've created. Do you think that we can continue doing this report, or you want us to go back to the previous one? The previous one have some problems, so we have discussed it in the call. The first thing that the client came back with, okay, is that I was fed up looking at this report every month for last 5-6 years. Okay, just understand this. The very point that my manager was asking me not to change the colors, the look and feel of the report, not to change, the client was very much happy looking or seeing that change. Okay, so obviously the report was accepted, everybody was happy. The report used to take like 2 days earlier to do, and now we can do it in a couple of hours. It was awesome. So everybody was happy. My manager actually awarded me for this particular work. But then that's the story. Now let's get back to our video. Now, why did I tell you this story? The reason behind is that I wanted to tell you that it's very important that you probe, that you ask questions. Do not analyze things or do not assume things on your own. There is a statement in English called analysis paralysis. When you do a lot of analysis on not interested things or not relevant things, you get into a paralysis situation where things do not work. So do not assume, do not do a lot of analysis. Just go and ask your client. Ask your client that I think that this thing can be done this way. Is it right? Do you think it will work? Is it fine if I change this color, if I change this model or whatever you are working on? See what the client says. Obviously you will do exactly like the client wants, but then ask him before you assume something and do a lot of analysis on it and probably end up doing something which is not something that the client wanted. Right? So that's all in my video. I hope this story was helpful to show you some kind of insight in how you should be working or accepting a project in your freelancing career. Okay, so please let me know in your comments how you like this story. If you need more these stories, I have spent around 12 years in the corporate, so I have a lot of stories with me. If you want to know these stories, please write in the comment and I'll be definitely sharing more such stories with you guys. Thanks a lot for watching this video till the end. I'll be seeing you in the next one. This is Stan signing off from the Indian Freelancer YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.